Welcome to Channel 6. This is the Quake art retrospective with a guest. Oh, the music didn't cut out. The guest is, of course, the wonderful and beautiful Angie Kitty. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Let us begin the Quake art retrospective, and we are being hosted by somebody. Moobot. Wow. Oh boy. My Firefox technology has gotten bonkered with itself. Thank you for following Real Winio. Also shout outs to Nienna the Brave. Westward Shadow hosted with 5. Shout out to Zavisky. This is in Moobot. I have another one. Some follows. Thank you both. Or all three. So, I see that my Firefox windows have gone bonkers. Let's use a different web browser, potentially. Because I don't trust Firefox not to screw up. And your camera is in Firefox. Going to Dinkity View, the art of Quake, and we will just run a little search. I want DuckDuckGo. Let's see what we get. Going to images, and it's a lot of new stuff. There's some actual. I like this. That's an interesting representation of Cthon. Ooh, look at this. What's this for? Wow. Work in progress. NP view file. That is pretty cool. This is actually like some independent artist. I like his like view of these. That's pretty wild. The enemies you face. It'd be cool if the in-game looked like that. But what I had in mind, we looked at Doom last time, and I'm not entirely sure I have the same thing on hand. Looky. My show, and this is my show and folder, tell folder. It's called Looky. And I have a lot of stuff in here, and I've got, somebody did this, I call it Doom World. It's like a depiction of Doom from an artist, like almost cartoony. Of course, Doom is pretty cartoony because they had sprites instead of 3D models. Quake, they went to 3D models. And I don't think I have anything here. I know it's over on the other computer. But right now my brain is fighting me for the best place to look for this stuff. It's like that. Many days. It should be under... Wait. Is Q branch. Gotta remember Q branch. I named it for that because I like James Bond, but it makes a lot of sense. I'm just looking for the box art logo. It's easier this way. So Doom box art had the whole scene. Quake is just this. The title in this Exocet font and the symbol. That was it. That was the art. Pretty low key.
Pretty standard.
Well, they had a big jump in game graphics. They were going full 3D for the first time. At least in a PC game that was actual real 3D. And I think they went this route for just that impact, that you've got this plain box art cover and then you've got this whammy of a game. That was the first time anything like that was ever done. And they've got a kind of a brassy, coppery texture, and the Q was turned into this symbol with a nail because Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails did the soundtrack, which we had a brief introduction of At the beginning of the recorded video that I just did, that was the first song of the soundtrack on the CD, and he made the music. So it's got that metally Nine Inch Nails kind of sound. And there have been a whole bunch more Quakes since then. Quake 2, Quake 3, Quake 4, and Quake Champions, and whatever the last one is. They did another one. The mission pack art's pretty interesting. Where's mission pack 1? This is mission pack number 2. Ritual Entertainment did this. And it's like an eye with the Quake symbol in it. It looks like a lizardy kind of thing to me.
Also looks like the Illuminati eye, the all-watching eye.
Maybe.
And
But
what's the name of the company that made it?
Ritual Entertainment.
Ritual
Well,
Entertainment.
they picked that out.
Interesting.
The other one's by Hypnotic, but I'm sure it represents the in-game monster where you're facing off against I forget it. I haven't played the second one too much. I don't remember. It's about art, not about the game's story.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other one? Not Scourge of, or not Dissolution of Eternity, but Scourge of Armagon. SOA box art. Let's see if SOA gives it to us. Okay. I think it's just a bunch of like nail-looking things, really.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but I haven't brought it up yet. If I could spell Scourge correctly. Yeah, this is Scourge of Armagon. This is the box art. It's a bunch of nails. It's a bunch of different kinds of nails. So they knew what they were dealing with. And there's an enemy called the Centroid. It's basically a scorpion, and it shoots nails at you.
Mm.
So this is the box cover art. I wonder if we can get a good representation of the in-game art. I have some Quake art somewhere. If I felt like dealing with various aspects of Windows. Let's go and look at my video game art folder and see what we get. That's a good place to go for video game art. Because I don't have a separate thing because Quake has its own separate thing. It's not like I threw the Doom in here.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't going to be much Quake in here. Half-Life stuff, Doom stuff. I think they did there's questions about the storyline in Quake because it's kind of... The design for the game was going to be this Cthulhu-esque adventure game with Lovecraftian.
Mm-hmm.
And then they changed it in the middle because they wanted to rush it out for Christmas. It's what always happens.
Mm.
Hello. Thank you. Real Winnie-O. We are doing an art retrospective on Quake art. And I'm curious where I have... Well, these are screenshots. Including back to old screenshots. But I wanted some of the basic, like, art of Quake. And I've got a good representation of the HD remake here. One thing in the game, they used the symbol, they made the quad damage artifact, which this is the graphical upgrade. Well, let's just go here. In-game promo material. I'm curious though, what library? Oh, look at all this! Look at all these symbols. Quake 1, Quake 2. Quake 2 had 2 mission packs, and I don't know where I have them. And Quake 3. And I said Quake 1 in-game promo material. What do we have? Mostly Quake 2. Okay, and it divulges into what, Harry Potter? It's not giving me what I want. Huh. Quake Team Fortress Pack. Interesting. And I wonder where my old, because this is a big folder here. Oh, that's just all my screenshots. I see. You know, I could probably just go and see if there's any screenshots saved in my old folder. No. I cleaned things up too well. I cleaned it up very well. Where are the Quake screenshots? Where's the old stuff? And I always come across this stuff and it's like, oh, that's the old stuff. This is the logo I made for Q1. It's ASCII art. I forget what I did this in a terminal? Yeah, I did that in a terminal with Bash. And this is another overloaded folder of all my stuff, which doesn't have anything that I want on short notice. Q screens. Hey, check this out. What could this be? Nothing actually that useful. Aha! It's the console logo. It's the same thing, except they, instead of embossed or raised, they have it dug down in. And every Quake player is familiar with this because it shows up every time you load the game. Yeah, I think we've gotten most of the box art that we're going to get. Why am I not getting Quake 1 promo material? Did I spell it wrong? Does it not exist anymore? I mean, we've got one screen, and that's the zombies at E1, M2 or 3. One of the two. I do it all the time, and I've just run through it. And then we have something that's so tiny it's hard to see. This is Quake 2. This is Quake 2. That's Quake 4. That's Quake 2. I said Quake 1. It like doesn't want to cooperate. What if we say Quake game promo materials? Nope. This is the main protagonist. Promotional art. I wonder what happens if we click on the link. This is all we've got. This is just a screenshot from the original software edition of what the player looks like. That's probably from some deathmatch long ago. That's another one. Quake. What do they call the press pack? You have any press packs online? No, apparently not. Wow. Queensryche, why do we have that? Wow, this is challenging. I wasn't expecting it to be this. You know why? Because I'm using a different web browser because my Firefox got messed up. That's why it's doing this. Because if I go over to Firefox, I have this problem. Let's see what happens. I can't change it because it's running the camera. But it's going to be great. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it'll work correctly. Oh, cool. See, this is more what I was looking for. What's that from? Gaming Themes, Quake. We got the cover. We got the first mission pack. This is from some graphical, the Quake Rocket League graphical update. This is a artistic representation. This is the Quake video game player in a newer version. Is this artistic? It could be a model render. That's basically Quake guy with his helmet and his armor on.
So our friend in Poland said last week they had a small local area network party in Q1 vanilla and with a few good old mods. That's pretty wild.
Cool. Are you on the US QC server? US Quake community? Let's see.
QC Ranger model.
That That Discord, the USQC Discord, and there's a Paint Keep Discord too. Paint Keep has cooler art, I think, anyways. And there go the bots. My bots are programmed to do random quotes. It's the dead parrot sketch from Monty Python. Yes, I taught my bots Monty Python. But we've seen the box art. We've seen the Mission Pack box art. I never realized the Mission Pack 2 box art looks better than Mission Pack 1 by a leap. Let's take a look in-game at some of the art. Since my stuff don't want to cooperate too well, this web browser is less than... I wonder why I can't get the press. And you know, I have all this stuff somewhere. I've collected all of this. This is from my mods, a lot of it. I made a cell pack that's ever any batteries in a construction yellow and black frame. Sometime long ago. I thought that was cute. The Paint Keep console background. We can talk a little bit about Paint Keep. That was an awesome mod. It still has support in the Quake community and its own Discord and amongst USQC people. One map in particular we'll visit that I liked. Where's my thingy at? Is that it? Is that it? Huh. That's root. I'm doing... Which one of these is... I guess it doesn't matter if it runs. I lost my thing. Let's get it back. Because we're going to go take a look at some of the actual in-game stuff. Okay. I think I can just do this. Doink. Oh, I got full screen. This is the intro loop. And I can't pause it, so there's no way to... It doesn't pause. So we actually have to take over. One map that I really liked was the deathmatch map. First, let's look at the start map, though. I'm taking monsters out by going like this. So when you started Quake, you started a game. Single player game. You ended up here on this map. The introduction map. And it says Quake on this thing. And this is where you select skill level, which was an odd thing because most games you picked it on the menu. But here they wanted to demo their new technology, which was this 3D stuff. And they hadn't had a real 3D map before. It doesn't look much different here. And then the hard skill is a lava pit. And you come in here and there are 4 episodes you go do. But this is the kind of graphics, and it's kind of a brown, gray, green mush because they had a limited palette. And all of this is 2D textures rendered onto 3D surfaces, which you can see there on this column with this division of line, and it all had to be done in an editor. And it was a lot more primitive editor than we had now, and even the torches are 3D models. They do have a couple of 2D art pieces. And is this the regular thing? This is the regular thing. And they had interesting camera angles and things like that. And then this is the base style level right here. A lot of the base looks like these kind of walls with this. And this is just a flat surface that they render these bump looking things onto. And back in 96 when this came out, this was like the height of the technology. It's blurry here because it's got the GL Quake effect. It's not the software render. There's some way to get software render, and I don't know what it is. But one of the maps that really impressed me was this map.
So this was technology from 24 years ago.
Yeah. This is called the Bad Place. It's DM4. It's Deathmatch Map 4. And you go look here, and I don't know how clear it is on the video because it looks like a really dark map. Did that not do anything? Oh, 20. It's my side monitor. But when you look at this map, and we'll fly up a little bit, you get a view of something. And anytime I did a test of a new engine, I would take this screenshot. But you get a hint of something on this map. And I saw it immediately. What do you think, Angie Kitty?
What do you mean a hint of something?
It looks like something.
Lava?
No, the stylization.
Oh, it looks like MC Escher.
It does. For anybody watching, we will go to... You gotta look for relativity this way, because if you look up relativity, you don't get Escher.
MC Escher was a famous artist who created beautiful artwork where you can look at multiple angles, and you never know if you're going up, down, around, upside down, backwards. He had a lot of technical skill with his drawings. This is a beautiful one.
Here he's got about 5. He's got at least 5 ground planes, I think. There's 3 to 5. I think there's 5. It's hard to put it all in your mind and see how many. 2, 3, 4. I've definitely got 4, I think. But it's hard to do. He might only have 3. That's how tricky it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I have a big poster of this. This is my favorite piece.
It is beautiful.
By Escher.
Could we look at a couple more by him if you don't mind?
Art. Let's see what we get if we just look up Escher's art. Oh, yeah.
I would say Escher drawing hands.
That's pretty cool. That's almost like a lens effect that he did. He's got some really... I like the full metamorphose. And I have a poster of it, and it's like 10 feet long or something. It's huge. It's a giant roll. This is a good one here. It's got his iconic shapes, which I've actually modeled. And it's got a really interesting water wheel, because water runs down the wheel and goes out the back, and then goes along what appears to be a level surface back down. And this is perpetual motion right here if it worked, which it wouldn't, because you couldn't make it, because this confluence here goes through a set of pillars that are on top of each other. This is a wild drawing. This is a wild visualization, because there would be no way you couldn't map this just because of the way it is, not with a standard engine, because the water flows through here, and it would basically be going steeply up a ramp, but the way he drew it, it looks like it actually goes downhill, because the way he has these bricks arranged, they go down. They keep stepping down if you follow them. And the water concourse goes with them, but it goes up above. So it's really, there's a lot of technical stuff going on here too.
He was amazing with optical illusions.
It starts here and it looks like it flows. And you can see the flow along the bricks looks like it's going downhill, because water flows downhill.
Would you mind going to MC Escher drawing hands?
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, Dances created that that command. Dances, that's his command. So he has to answer for that. Here's one with his hands. That's a self-portrait he did with a spear. What's really interesting about this, let's see if we can find it.
Did you notice in his self-portrait he had lots of books?
Yeah, he's got like a library shelf that wraps around the sphere view.
Much like your home and my home.
And wabam.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's a parody, but it's Tall Man with, and I think they just stole the Escher because it looks like the exact same print.
Yeah, they did.
You see it; it's the same hand. They might have colored it in a little, but it's the exact same shape and everything.
One
and
of the
then
greatest
they did
horror
that.
pictures of all time.
And they put the tall, and it's actually the same background too. They just took a different. They might have like redid it a little bit, and then they put the Spear stuff on. I modeled this in game, but I never made it operational. I like that one. That's like cute.
What's his name?
Angus Scrim. That
Scrim.
was his stage name. I forget what his actual name is. Is that the only one with his hands? Did he do this one, or is this is a fake? I know he's got another one with his hands. This is the man himself. Check that out.
Now, your friend from Poland might know. I'm trying to think of the name of the artist. There was a documentary done on him, and it was funded by Leonardo DiCaprio, whose father was friends with this artist,
There they
and
are.
he came from Europe somewhere. I think it was Poland. I'm not really sure, but I love that one. But this guy was a sculptor, and he was lost to the history books because of all the wars. His artwork was blown up and destroyed, and he ended up living in L.A. And one of the art collectors had actually found his work and looked him up and discovered the guy lived down the street from him. So then they made this documentary. I should look it up on my phone and let you guys know what it is. But his sculptures seem very M.C. Escher-like.
Either he made multiple of these, or this has been cleaned up because it's got some different details. It's been filled in with shadows and things and heavy lines from the other one. Is that his only? Oh, somebody did this. They put a thing in it. People do all kind of stuff with Escher's art. Is that his only hands? Because they copy his style too.
Well, people have copied it.
Yeah, they copy his style in all kind of things. That might be his only two hand drawings. That's all showed up.
Okay, it's called The Life and Lost Art of Zukalski. Zukalski. Yes, he was
Parody.
the famous Polish sculptor who ended up living in America. It's a really good movie. Escher's artwork just kind of reminds me of Zukalski.
Oh, this just doesn't. It doesn't end. There's so many of these. Christmas ball. People definitely, somebody colored it. People definitely take note. Oh, there's one with a dog's. Okay, what's that reflect? Oh, it's just so much wild stuff based on his art.
Number 6, can you look up something for me, please?
What's that?
The name is Zukalski. Zukalski. I think you would really like his sculptures.
We will. This guy? Stanislaw? Yeah. Images.
Okay,
for
look at his
art.
amazing. These are most of his art is sculpture. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he does some interesting stuff.
So that's a hand.
That's a Netflix film, Link.
Yes, I was amazed.
Interesting. It's a take on a. Oh, they're in Harry Potter. I've known them for ages in role-playing games. What are they called? The horse thing. Centaur. It's a take on a centaur with like, but wearing like bird armor or something. That's a wild idea. Is this his? That's pretty wild. A bowl of some kind with. Yeah, he's got some Escher theme there. It's pretty wild. So I was looking for, what's it called? Metamorphose. I haven't figured out how to integrate this yet because it's like, it's this. It's like 8 or 10 feet long. I have it as a rollout poster, and it's huge.
I would love to get it laminated.
I don't know if anybody has the full thing, because it's just a huge thing that
Sure they do.
starts. Yeah, but I've never seen a good one. I've never seen a good one of the full thing. Because none of these are even... I like it because it starts out with bees. It has bees in here, so it impresses me.
Hmm.
And it just runs this whole thing. But finding one... And I probably have one that's continuous in my folders.
That's amazing.
Someplace. But...
Would you say he's one of your favorite artists?
yeah. We'll take a look. What are you doing? I gotta wake... No, this drive doesn't need woken up. Okay. Is this... I wonder if I set this... Let's see if it works. It works! Oh no, it's the wrong one. It's on that system. Well, we don't got the good one because I didn't copy it over. Somebody bopped a mic. But this is a Quake map.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And it was really challenging to work on because once you put this into a map, it's hard to tell what you're doing looking at the editor's screen.
So you built that?
Yep. I modeled it in Quake 3 first, which I don't think I have Quake 3 installed. And then I ported it back to Dark Places.
That's amazing.
Back to my engine. Oh, it's even better than this. I wonder if I can... I don't have that set up.
I think Escher would be proud.
I think he'd like it. Well, let me see how I... let us obtain, if we might...
Now, number 6, which editor did you use for this mod?
GTK Radiant.
GTK Radiant? Okay.
Yep. What? Oh, Quake. Am I actually on Quake? Oh, wow. So in theory, all I have to do is copy maps and config. CD maps. I'm actually linked over there. Maps. I wonder how long this will take. Oh, cool. Let's see if it works. And that's it. This won't take long at all. Let's see if that actually worked.
So I just looked up Beksinski.
Why didn't it work?
And he's an awesome painter. I think number 6 you'd enjoy his artwork. Beksinski from Poland. It's dark, it's creepy. It's terrifying. Which is awesome.
Are busy loading up a new revision of this map in theory. Because it should already be there. I just copied it. And I don't know why it's not there. But what we're going to try to do is go out here and grab it real quick. That may not be an updated thing. One. No, copy this. Copy, copy, copy. Replace. Go to maps. Hey. Windows, what did you do? Windows is just a bizarre and quirky operating system that I think it's a miracle that exists at all.
You know, this artist, Zanislaw Beksinski, I have actually never heard of him, but he's incredible. And I think I might have to introduce him to my students.
Block, thank you for hosting me. Do a shout out, bots. My body boys. Block builds Lego style stuff and he has really cool streams of it. Check those out sometime. Okay, copy. Replace everything. What did I used that audio piece that you can barely hear is from an Amiga game called, it's a Gauntlet clone. It's not called a gauntlet clone. It is a gauntlet clone. I think this is all I need. Do biome. Garrison. It's called Garrison. Okay, that should work. Right? Right? That should work. We should be able to look at the new one. Relativity. Yes. This was my last update of relativity. This is what the map does now. This is the power of the map hack engine to spawn chunks of maps forever. Fast fly. And we'll build some of this and then we'll freeze it and take a look at it.
So what is this, your idea cache?
This is the next update to the Escher map. I put it in the map hack engine and let it build like endless amounts of it. So it looks kind of like this now.
Reminds me of the Langoliers from Stephen King.
Does it?
Yeah, it's just like this floating area of buildings with nothingness behind it.
So I took that map and expanded it and made little chunks, and it almost looks like a different art style, where they outline everything in black, the comic art style. I don't know what it's called. But this is what I did with the Escher map in the last iteration of map editing.
Now you can run around and shoot and play in this.
There aren't any monsters. It would have to be multiplayer, and it would get huge because it won't stop. It'll just keep expanding. But it has the Escher map piece at its core, and then I made more pieces. I eventually want to change it but it does really wild stuff like this. I want to change it so it has like paths and things. There's a game called Manifold Garden that I saw. It's coming out this year supposedly. And I kind of like the idea. They used Escher style stuff. But turning that map into this map was a challenge because it wasn't really designed even to do this, so I had to monkey around with it a little bit and edit some things. And when you look at the poster, all you see is this. And to add the rest of it, what do you add? You have to imagine it. You have to put the outsides on it. So you end up with chunks like this that just look like that.
Mm-hmm. You like a challenge.
Yep. And I'm mid work with it, amongst other things. It's actually not that big of a BSP, because what the engine does, what did we do? Oh, it grabbed me. Fly? What the engine does is builds. And for some reason, there it is. Is that it? What it does, this is the trigger set. It builds the map. And I'm grabbing, it just adds more and more and more and more. It's like a biome. And it just expands it. And this biome is chunks of Escher map. And on this machine, it can show a lot. In fact, I don't think we're going to ever show FPS. Oh, it kills the FPS on this map too, on this machine.
Some of your bots are kind of sassy and rude.
They are. Wow. This is a new piece. This is a GeForce 2060, like 6 gig or 8 gig card, and it still brings it down to 13 FPS. It shows it though.
It's like what life looks like when you look outside of an airplane window.
Just that chunk of stuff. Wow, I thought this hardware would be able to do more than 13 FPS. And there was a discussion on another channel today, a Quake player. There was a bunch of people in voice chat talking about 4 sticks of RAM versus 2 sticks of RAM and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, I got an engine that'll bring your machine to a crawl. And this is it, because there's so many triangles and stuff. One thing about, where is it? Show. How do you get those? What? Show triangles. Oh, R. So that's why it slows to a crawl. Oh, I think I took it to seconds per frame. I might have destroyed it. Nope, I destroyed it. When you have Escher map loaded with a few hundred pieces, don't turn on show triangles. It dies. I think I killed it.
Aw. All that work gone to waste?
No, I'll just reload it, but
Okay.
I think it died. Is that it? Hey, kill this. Yeah, that whacked it. Because this thing loads all this stuff. I loaded a lot, and then I turned off the hider. I loaded all that, and then I turned off the hider. So there's a lot of triangles in this map, because that's what the engine does, is divides it up into triangles. But what's really wild is this map engine can make art. What do you think of this? It'll turn the surfaces. It turns off the texture and turns them into like pastel colors.
You went from like super badass to Hello Kitty style.
And then it does this. What do you think of this?
Yikes, that's creepy.
It's better with a single instance of the map.
I think that if I was playing with that background, I'd get very disoriented quickly.
Oh yeah, the map period is. Let's just go over here. I turned off the thing. And then Trippy. Just like this. It's just the only thing is this engine, it splits the brushes where you see the sky through them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't have any way to blend it. It could probably be programmed to do that, but you can like see through a hole that you can't normally see through. Our Trippy does really wild stuff. And it'll just sit here twisting it. So, that is one piece of art that is in the Quake maps.
Okay. I was wondering, number 6, do you want to take a short break, stretch your legs? I know I'd like that.
Well, let's finish this before we do that. At one point, I made a map. This is a map I made. I made this map back in like 97 or 98 because I found a texture set for Quake that had art in it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can recognize any of that. Or not.
We'll go over here. There's a bunch more. It's basically a gallery map. And I hear something booping. You recognize it? They're not going to be...
Can you get closer, possibly?
They're not going to be that, like... They're just going to be blurry, because I don't have override textures. That's a landscape. Let's go back over the other way.
I don't recognize those.
Is the hammer any smaller? This is Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, from the Hypnotic mod, the Hypnotic Mission Pack. That lady is like some kind of... I don't know art that well.
Alright, we have a Claude Monet on the bottom left.
We have a Hayes.
And we have a Pablo Picasso on the upper right.
That one right there.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
You can shoot it with a rocket launcher, won't do anything. But this gallery had a special section. I'm sneaking over to it.
I love how you just shoot it.
I'm sneaking over to the special section.
And then we have... Oh my goodness. This still exists?
This still exists.
I cannot
Yes.
believe it.
They look really good when they're overrides and they don't have this pixelation, which I thought I had loaded. It's this... I named that something. I forget what I named it. Some kind of sparrow. And there's the fishes.
I know
There's
that this
whatever
particular
that is.
artist has improved greatly over the years.
I could actually put a thing that would tell you it's the Angie Kitty section with this little fountain and a flame on
I
it.
did these when I was, what, 17?
I don't know, but they're in the gallery forever. Oh,
Forever.
I didn't load it. I thought I improved this with more art. I might have. There might be an improved version. Now, there's some in-game art in Quake itself. Oh, I have a lot of maps. They did a lot of cute little things, and I don't know where the dope fish. It's in one of the E3s somewhere.
I like the Moroccan tiles on the floor.
Yeah, I found a that water's bothering me. I found a resource packs. They're called WAD files with all kind of different things, textures, and I just used them. When I put the gallery together, I put it together with that. So that's some of the art that can be used in Quake.
It's beautiful.
Pay and keep maps. Pay and keep maps are a good place to. They did a good bit of art, but I don't know which ones. See, this is just a plain map. Is it Pay and Keep 1? No, not really. Nah. Pay and Keep. Did that not work? Was highly inspired by Hellraiser, as we can see by the swinging zombie and some of the art that they
Yikes.
Frank. There's Frank for you from Hellraiser 1. But they definitely got some thematic stuff in this.
Did you design this one?
No, this is by Team Evolve in '97, I think. But I know that they have some art in here.
I don't like that the people are crucified and still living.
Well,
creepy.
they're zombies. This is the what I was at, that they did a Hellraiser kind of thing down here. Yep, hit the hole. You gotta line yourself up right. I can actually just fly outside the map. I think I got most of it. But they definitely went from a thematic thing there. There's one of these maps that I'm thinking of, and I don't know which one it is. Oh, I could just load mine.
Amazing maps, guns, and bleeding skins.
This one. I guess it takes a while. This one's all over the place. This was from the convenience pack. And they have... They did a similar thing, like I didn't even know about it. They have some of the similar art. And with overrides, it would look a lot better.
Okay, we've got Salvador Dali there. I think a few, yeah.
The people that did this must have liked the art.
Those are both Salvador Dali paintings.
This is probably all it is.
Yeah, it is.
So that's their Dali
It's all
room.
him, yeah.
Then they've got an Egyptian themed level with Egyptian themed art, but mostly just like, I don't know, they've got like a mummy sarcophagus thing there, and they've got the Tut things.
Cool.
So they did, you know, I've been in this room a bunch of times and I don't think I ever noticed that. That giant face, because I've never flown in. Then they've got the typical Quake Castle level with some the stained glass is in Quake itself. That was in this is some of the in-game art from Quake 1. They did like stained glass thing, like dragons and flaming symbols.
Now, who's making video game art? Are they programmers now, or are they people who've gone to digital media art school?
Well, they've been pretty much, except for the single-person games, they've been artists from the beginning. They hire artists to make I like this one.
So the artists create it, and then the programmers put it in?
Yep. The artists make the digital art, and then the programmers make it happen in the game.
Because my brother went to art school and studied, digital media design and all that, cartooning.
I'm pretty sure that's the head of Medusa.
It is the head of Medusa.
From something, but I don't know what.
That is part of a painting, and I'm trying to think who did it. Botticelli, I think.
I always wondered. Now,
I gotta look that up.
this is the next one, and I don't think they used a lot of art. Although, I noticed this piece, that's something they added. So somebody added that. This is a cool little thing they did with the nail and paint keep cut out. Oh, I hit an exit. Let's see what exit I accidentally hit. I have a feeling this is going to be more of your typical...
I'm sorry, it was Caravaggio. That Medusa
okay.
was painted in 1598.
Wow, well. This is a piece of in-game Quake art from the original, I think. I don't think it's enhanced. I'm just grabbing examples where I can. Paint keep levels were designed for deathmatch, so they don't have a single player experience. Let us look at one last thing that I made from one of those. But I have to remember what it is. Id 1. Config. Load. It is. It's not the K7A, I think. Is it K7A? I believe it is. There is a paint keep level with a pyramid in it by Team Evolve, and I did some enhancements. So I've added some other art to the game, some performance art, let's call it.
Okay. Is that what I think it is?
It's what you think it is. Well, they had a mock-up of a Stargate, so I actually made a Stargate. And this is the engine that makes a desert that you can go through for until the engine crashes, and the gate actually works.
Did I see a cow walking around?
No. Unless you mean in real life?
No, in the game there.
No.
And
It won't take me down into the map. Let's go into the map the other way. It's cantankerous. Why is it cantankerous? Okay. That's where we're trying to go, but it won't take us there. Okay. I wonder why it's not.
YOP?
The teleports are randomly linked. And this is from a paint keep level that's Egyptian themed as well, and they imported some hieroglyphic style art. And I restructured the map with my engine, so it rearranges. There's some Egyptian stuff. Well, and this isn't going to work very well because the beacon stopped working correctly. Fast fly. Let's go back up and not hit a teleporter. Ooh, I've never looked at it like this. It's a cool screenshot. So that is a brief review of Quake art in and out of game. I'm not comparing it to anything new. And then we have this wallpaper engine Quake thing. Quake theme thing. I think this black hole-esque thing is supposed to be the Q coming from that, and then you have like the tentacles. I'm thinking about making a map based on this floaty rock. I like floaty rock. Yeah, check out the Paint Keep mod. There's a lot of resources. You can go to that Discord and probably find some of them. Paint Keep's an awesome single or multiplayer mod from back in like '97, and it's with bots. I don't know how often the guys play, but with bots it plays really well. This is the Paint Keep server, and I announced my thing. But they might announce games here. Looking for players. They'll announce here where they're going to play, although that's free for all. But they occasionally play Paint Keep, sometimes on the weekend. And then this is one of the people. These are some more of them. I know Dirt God, he streams Quake stuff occasionally. I don't know if Kutchy streams, but he does play. Let's see, I have a, is it Kutchi? Q3DM17. I wonder if I have that. We'll take a look at that. That'll be our last thing.
Our Polish friend says U.S. servers have too high of a ping
Yeah.
for European.
That's how they connect the internet. Mapac.
I miss being in Europe. I'd like to go back.
Yeah, Angie Kitty's actually been there. I haven't. I don't have it.
I want to take number 6 with me.
I'll get there someday. So that has been, where is it? The Quake Art Retrospective. We might do more of these in the future. I'm checking chat.
Bye, everybody.
I am going to conclude with an exit. I think I will, what time is it? 9:40. Interrupt the stream here. We're going to take a break, and I might come back on and do my usual Quake editing thing. Awesome stream. Well, we'll have to see if there's some way we can put together more art retrospectives in the future, because Angie Kitty's in a different state most of the time. That's it. I don't know. She's moving the mic. I don't know what my exit is, but I'll be seeing you.